High school teen activists participated in a roundtable discussion with the California State Superintendent of Public Instruction. They talked about key issues impacting youth mental health. KCBS's Liz St. John spoke with Ruth Mondesir, who's one of the students who participated in the roundtable organized with Beyond Differences Activist Academy.
What is Beyond Differences Activist Academy?
Beyond Differences Activist Academy is a training camp where students from across the nation are able to come together for a 4-day intensive training on how to be activists, how to build curriculum, and advocacy. And we really get to start planning out what we want our curriculums to look like so that when we go into the school year, we already have a lot of the basis for what we're going to continue to build our curriculum on top of done.
You participated in a roundtable, and you were talking about mental health issues facing young people. So talk about some of those issues, and you got to meet with California State Superintendent Tony Thurmond?
Yes. Superintendent Thurmond was very helpful and very clear and concise on why he is so passionate about the work that he does. And it is so impactful and important, this work, because it affects children and children's mental health. When children aren't being supported with basic needs, like if they're low income and they don't have access to, say, transportation to their schools, or if they don't have food on the table, or if they're unable to feel like they belong at school, it is hard for them to be a student first. And with the work that Superintendent Thurmond is doing, he is actively making sure that he's making legislation that targets each one of those areas and makes sure that students are able to show up as their full selves at school.
So what do you think has been accomplished? It's great that you all were able to meet and that he listened. What do you think will change at schools as far as making sure everyone's included and everyone has access to everywhere and everything?
The great thing about the curriculum at Beyond Differences is that they're sent out to 10,000 schools for free. And so we as students are making the curriculum. So when the teachers are teaching it, it's a little less super structured, and it's less about like being taught but more engaging the students. And we have it set up so that students are able to learn about the history of whatever they're being taught. Like, for example, AAPI, you learn about the history of the AAPI community. You're going to learn about policies that can help AAPI students feel welcomed and represented in their schools and feel like they belong. And then you're going to do an art project surrounding that. And then you're going to do a please don't. You're going to learn about please don't, which are microaggressions, things that are said that are harmful regardless of whether the intent behind it is harmful or not. And when we do these sorts of things and we spotlight AAPI youth or we spotlight queer youth, it gives voice to those students who are otherwise not represented in their school, in their curriculum. And that is so important because it is important for students to feel like they belong.
Do you feel that your school, and you don't have to say which school you go to, but your school and some of your peers who are at other schools, do you feel that there are changes being made to address these mental health issues and other issues of importance to students?
I would definitely say yes. And we're seeing a lot of it where the students are the ones stepping up and advocating for it. And you do it and you get it done because it's important.
And once again, that is Ruth Mondesir, who was one of the students who took part in the roundtable discussion with Tony Thurmond, the state superintendent of public instruction.